Ducati showered us with new bikes at their world premiere just before EICMA last year. There was the eagerly anticipated Street Fighter V4, an updated Panigale V4 and the Panigale V2, as well as new colours for the Diavel and Scrambler and a Grand Tour version of their Multistrada. But we've had to wait until now for the Scrambler 1100 Pro and Pro Sport to surface, with teasers hitting their social media this week revealing a launch date of Monday the 27th of January. But it's not exactly a huge surprise that an updated big Scrambler is on the way from Ducati. US Environmental Protection Agency filings last year revealed that the names would be Scrambler 1100 Pro and Scrambler 1100 Pro Sport, and there were murmurings online that the Pro denoted something extra to the existing Scrambler 1100, possibly something jacked up and more off-road focused. Think a large capacity desert sled, kind of like a response to Triumph's 1200 Scrambler. I really enjoyed the XE when I had one for a couple of weeks last year. It felt like riding a big two-wheeled retro monster truck, and I mean that in a good way. So another bike of that ilk from Ducati would have been something to look forward to. We also had the Desert X concept at EICMA, which was based upon the Scrambler 1100 but with taller suspension, knobbly tyres, retro Dakar-inspired styling, multiple fuel tanks and those awesome looking twin LED headlights. Of course, this bike was never going to make it into production, but often concept bikes push the boundaries, only for a slightly tamer take which is fit for road homologation to show up in dealers many months later. So I was hoping that the Desert X might be a glimmer of the Scrambler 1100 Pro and Pro Sport. But the bikes in the teaser released this week actually look pretty similar to the current Scrambler 1100. They don't have gangly suspension or knobbly tyres or anything like that. There's a couple of cosmetic changes, like both exhausts being moved to the side in a more typical Scrambler arrangement, as they used to be one either side. But generally, styling and equipment looks almost entirely the same as the existing bike. The Brembo brakes, front and rear, Öhlins suspension and Pirelli MT60 RS tyres can all be seen on what we can assume is the Pro Sport, and these match the specs of the existing Scrambler 1100 Sport. A lower spec bike can be seen in the background, which must be the Pro, so perhaps we can expect the same Marzocchi forks and KYB shock to be carried over from the current base Scrambler 1100. On top of that, Bennett's Bike Social report that EU type approval documents reveal that peak power will actually be down on the new bikes, with 83.5 horsepower available on tap versus 85.3 on the current Scrambler 1100, albeit 250 revs lower down at 7,250 RPM. That suggests that the Scrambler 1100 Pro and Pro Sport are minor revisions, with most of the changes to the exhaust system to get the bike through Euro 5 regulations, with few advancements elsewhere. It's not long till we find out though, and I'll be sure to follow up with a video about the announcement on Monday. But in the meantime, let me know what you'd like to see on the new Scrambler in the comments below. Were you also hoping for something a bit more off-roady, or would Ducati be right to stick with the current formula? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you're new here and you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and I'll catch you next time.